forgive me, but yeah, again, I mean, who the fuck is funding Ross Greer to the extent that I see this guy popping up on Facebook, overview page? Like, my God. Ross Greer, Scottish Greens. Don't dance with genocide. Why we're not watching Eurovision tonight. This was 3 hours ago from Ross. Let's have a look at the reactions. 428 laughy faces, 308 thumbs up, because there's an awful lot of obligation there. 23 love hearts. Oh, Ross. 15 angry faces and 3 Care Bear shenanigans. But let's, under fair use, of course. I mean, let's prostrate ourselves at the font of wisdom that Ross seems to think that he is, that the font of all knowledge. Stopping occasionally for comment. Honestly, who is this guy?
I'm on my way to a not Eurovision party because
I'm on my way to a not Eurovision party. God, I'll turn that up. Seriously. I'm on my way to a not Eurovision party. Look, hey, maybe that's a great idea, because I can't believe anybody's still watching the Eurovision Song Contest. In fact, I remember, in all honesty, when they went, Israel is, and I thought, how fucking big is Europe? That was all I was thinking, honestly. But this, let's start from the beginning. Why snoring, Bella? Thanks.
my way to a not Eurovision party because Israel's been allowed to compete this year. So, like national
They were allowed to compete in previous years, were they not?
broadcasters across Europe, like millions of other people, my friends and I, are boycotting it. We will.
Is it just me? If you're old enough to remember, what was it called? Men Without Hats, the safety dance. Actually, that was a good tune. And yeah, maybe I'll leave you a link to that under this. Yeah, from the 80s, yeah.
Won't dance with the perpetrators of a genocide. We believe in the values that Eurovision's supposed to hold dear.
Fuck. Honestly. These people are, as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, are up for abortion up to the point of birth and possibly beyond. Which, because then it's about women's autonomy. Yeah. Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I was adopted, right? At no stage in my entire life did I ever look back and think, honestly, it never ever was a thing that I thought of my mother who put me up for adoption in any bad way. I just never thought about it, in all honesty. Yeah? And I got told at a way young age that I was adopted. And one of my parents actually said it when I was a very young lad. Very young lad. I wish I'd never adopted you. That was tough. But I promise you, I would rather have gone through all that and all the rest of it than be a smudge on a hospital piece of stainless steel. But they're all up for that kind of thing. Absolutely no problem at all. Despise anything to do with feeling nationalistic about one's own country, about one's own history, people, ethnicity, genuine and long-standing histories. After all, Scotland, as an example, has probably invented more things than possibly any other country in the world. Yeah, has done so much for the benefit of so many other countries. And it's being destroyed from within by people like this who say, don't look at what's going on here. Look elsewhere, and we'll pick a side for you, and if you're not up for that side, blah, blah, blah.
To unity and solidarity. Quite rightly, Russia was suspended as soon as they committed the full-scale invasion of Ukraine.
And do you think Russia gave two flying fucks? Oh, wait. I know, it's all over now. They banned us from the Eurovision Song Contest. How are we gonna deal with this? Honestly. Seriously.
It's immense hypocrisy that Israel is allowed to continue competing despite their abuse of the competition, and more importantly...
Look, I would question why Israel's ever been in the Eurovision Song Contest for no other reason than they're not in fucking Europe. That's it. You know, none of that should have been fucking rocket science, like.
Despite the fact they have committed literal war crimes. So I would urge you...
Oh, jeez, honestly. What about the genocide of one's own nation and the encouragement of, the discouragement of families, traditional families, and the promotion of abortion and assisted dying and various other eugenical aspects ongoing, and the validation of that, the demonization of native Western races and peoples. But no, let's look over in the middle of...
to join us. Do anything other than watch Eurovision tonight. Stand in solidarity.
I mean, remember, there's no end to this. You have to think exactly like Ross. And if you don't think like Ross, and it's not just Ross is part of this cloning of shit show insanity between various parties as they sprinkled them in and groomed them from childhood. I remember, what was it, the SNP had some kind of youth movement, and I'm thinking, fuck me, historically, bad things happened after that. I mean, these people have been groomed into this. I mean, that anybody that could honestly come out with shit like that, let's go, without me interrupting, fuck me.
And not Eurovision party, because Israel's been allowed to compete this year. So like national broadcasters across Europe, like millions of other people, my friends and I are boycotting it. We won't dance with the perpetrators of a genocide. We believe in the values that Eurovision's supposed to hold dear to, unity and solidarity. Quite rightly, Russia was suspended as soon as they committed the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. So it is immense hypocrisy that Israel is allowed to continue competing despite their abuse of the competition, and more importantly, despite the fact they have committed literal war crimes. So I would urge you to join us. Do anything other than watch Eurovision tonight. Stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine and tell the organisers of Eurovision you expect them to do better.
Fuck me, seriously. Your whole life is to serve puppets like this. And if you don't have exactly their mindset, you're either for us or against us. This divide and conquer ongoing and fine-tuning your every thought. What am I supposed to think tomorrow, oh master? Seriously. It's a fucking disgrace.